Blood and Butchery in Bedminster. Walking tour by Show of Strength Theatre Company has left visitors with all the chilling details of Bedminster's gruesome history.
I think particularly in the 19th century when people were moving up from Somerset and all kinds of people were flooding into Bedminster, it got much bigger. There were coal pits, there were mines, there were all kinds of interesting stories going on. So we start, our tour takes about 2.5 hours. We start up near Bedminster Bridge, and we take you along, don't want to give too much away, but we take you along the main streets of Bedminster. We visit a few interesting local hostelries along the way, and we also visit some extraordinary places off the high street, like this one. People who live in this area, in BS Street, but also people who live in different parts of the city who want to know what happened here, and also sometimes people who used to live here. Some really interesting people have come and done this tour who grew up here and now live in, people who live in Weston, people who live in Whitchurch, and they look at the area where they used to live and remember. So real mix, yeah.
The tour gives people an inside scoop about robbed graves and laundered money, but one of its most popular stories, it's about a buried princess. Somebody
really fascinating is buried here, and that is the very famous Princess Caraboo of Java-Sue. Only she wasn't a real princess. She was the most extraordinary imposter, and she arrived in Bristol in 1816. She's one of the earliest stories on the tour. And she arrived in Bristol in 1816, and she was, she certainly wasn't a princess. She pretended to be, but she managed to convince everybody, particularly the high society of the time. Her whole life was a mystery. Nobody really knew who she was. She pretended to be something else, and even in death, she remains a mystery. You can come here, but you still won't find Princess Caraboo. She's in the register, but either the grave was never marked or it's been lost over time. She's somewhere here, but nobody knows where.